Just about 20 minutes to the top of the hour here. Could psychic abilities be connected with otherworldly phenomena? NewsNation's Ross Coulthart talks with an aerospace scientist who says he can measure psychic abilities on the latest episode of NewsNation's Reality Check. Take a listen.
I've seen really a lot. Some look like some of these Indian gods. Some don't have really a shape. In some cases, you just hear them somehow in your own voice. In some other cases, they are non-human, insectoids, for instance.
Ross is scratching his head, as am I. I got to know more. But first, scan the QR code on your screen to watch that episode now. Joining me now, we have NewsNation special correspondent Ross Coulthart. Ross, thank you. I have a feeling this is about to get weird. You were scratching your head, too. And my first thought is, whoa, whoa, whoa. Most of America is still digesting the possibility of UFOs. Now psychic abilities.
Good morning, Markie. Well, this is an exciting one because Dr. Andrea Lani is a very well-respected aerospace engineering scientist. In fact, he's worked with NASA, he's worked at Stanford, he's worked with NATO. And it so happens that in his spare time, he's developed meditation techniques that are actually modeled on the techniques that were developed by the CIA in the Gateway program in the 1970s. And what Dr. Lani suggests is that he is able to get himself into a deep meditative state where you can actually measure with hyperspectral cameras, that is, cameras that can see in different bands of electromagnetic radiation that our human eye can't always see, and you can see what's called the pineal gland in his brain lighting up as he meditates. And it's at those points that he says he's having encounters with non-human intelligences. And he's got a long history in his life, as has his family, of alleged encounters with non-human intelligences. Look, I don't know what to make of it. I haven't had the experiences that he's had. I was going to ask, what in the world did you think, Ross? I mean, you're having this conversation with him, and then you logged off of that Zoom, I imagine. And what your thoughts were what? Look, there's an increasing suggestion, Markie, that there is a link between what we call UFOs, UAPs, and this whole issue of consciousness, telepathy, psychic phenomena. You might remember a few weeks ago we interviewed Uri Geller, the alleged psychic on Reality Check, and he suggested that contrary to what we've all been told, these skills, these psionic abilities are real. And Dr. Lani is no idiot. He's a very, very well-respected scientist, some seniority in the world of all things, designing heat shields for space vehicles with NATO and other agencies in the EU. So this is not some lightweight scientist. And the good thing about it is that he's doing solid scientific work trying to measure the phenomenon that he says he's experiencing. And he's doing that.
I'd love to have him on the show and see what I think for myself. Lastly, let me just switch gears real quick, Ross, because to a UAP that was shot down back in, February of 2023 over Canada's Yukon territory. I've been looking at it since yesterday afternoon. It kind of looks like a horseshoe. It's now being made public. What do you make of this, and what are experts saying?
I'm calling it the giant Pac-Man, Markie. It's an intriguing photograph. But I think we should withhold judgment for the moment, because I think it's possible that what we're looking at is something that is underneath a big white balloon, and we're looking up from below from a jet cockpit. And that would explain why we've got that horseshoe shape, because whatever it was that was in the payload, which the pilot allegedly described to NORAD as a sort of an airborne metallic floating object. They didn't mention a balloon, by the way. Whatever it was underneath something. So I think we should be very careful. I don't think we can assume that this particular object over the Yukon was a UAP. The real issue, frankly, Markie, is why on earth did NORAD, why did the Defense Department keep this secret for a year, over a year? It's ridiculous.
They shot it down.
Why not be more...
Yeah, and to your point about being careful, I'm being told by my producers we don't even have permission to use the image right now. So people can find that online for themselves and do their own digging. Ross Coulthart, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you so much for joining me so early.
No worries.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.